Are you feeling pulled in different directions by your everyday life and your spiritual beliefs? Do you sometimes wonder how to manage the demands of your daily routine while nurturing your inner self? If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle to find harmony between these two aspects of life. In this video, we'll explore practical ways to create balance and live a more fulfilling life. Let's start by understanding the two worlds we live in. The physical world is the tangible reality around us. It's what we can see, touch, and interact with directly. This includes our jobs, homes, relationships, and all the tasks we do every day. On the other hand, the spiritual world is less tangible but equally important. It's the realm of our inner selves, our beliefs, values, and the deeper meaning we seek in life. While we can't see or touch it, the spiritual world greatly influences how we think, feel, and act. Finding balance between these two worlds is crucial for our overall well-being. When we focus too much on the physical world, we might feel empty or unfulfilled, even if we're successful by worldly standards. We might have a great job and nice possessions, but still feel like something's missing. On the flip side, if we're too focused on the spiritual world and neglect our physical responsibilities, we might struggle with practical matters or feel disconnected from the world around us. The good news is that it's possible to find harmony between these two aspects of life. When we achieve this balance, we can experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment in our daily activities while also nurturing our inner growth. We can meet our responsibilities and enjoy the physical world while staying true to our values and spiritual beliefs. But how do we know if we're out of balance? There are several signs to look out for. If you're overly focused on the physical world, you might feel constantly busy but unfulfilled. You might be achieving your goals, but still feel empty inside. You might find yourself always chasing the next big thing, whether it's a promotion, a new car, or a bigger house, but never feeling satisfied. On the other hand, if you're neglecting the physical world in favor of spiritual pursuits, you might struggle with practical matters. You might have trouble maintaining relationships, keeping up with work or school, or taking care of your physical health. You might feel disconnected from the people around you or have difficulty relating to others who don't share your spiritual interests. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards finding balance. Once you're aware of any imbalance in your life, you can start taking steps to address it. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is a powerful tool that can help bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. It's a way of paying attention to your experiences as they happen, rather than getting caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of both your physical reality and your inner spiritual life. There are many ways to practice mindfulness in your daily life. One simple technique is to take a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. As you breathe in and out, notice the sensations in your body. If your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This simple practice can help you feel more grounded and centered, bridging the gap between your inner and outer worlds. Another powerful practice is gratitude. Each day, take a moment to think of 3 things you're grateful for. These can be big things like good health or loving relationships, or small things like a delicious meal or a beautiful sunset. By focusing on gratitude, you can cultivate a positive mindset and appreciate both the physical blessings in your life and the spiritual growth you're experiencing. As you work on balancing the physical and spiritual aspects of your life, it's important to remember that everyday actions can have spiritual significance. You don't have to separate your spiritual life from your daily routine. Instead, try to bring a sense of mindfulness and purpose to your everyday tasks. For example, when you're doing household chores, instead of seeing them as boring or tedious, try to approach them with a sense of care and attention. As you clean your home, you can think about creating a peaceful environment for yourself and others. When you prepare a meal, you can focus on nourishing your body and appreciating the food you have. By bringing this kind of mindful attention to your daily activities, you can turn them into meaningful rituals that connect your physical actions with your spiritual intentions. The same principle applies to your work and relationships. Whatever your job is, try to see it as an opportunity to contribute something positive to the world. Even if your work doesn't feel particularly meaningful on its own, you can bring meaning to it through your attitude and the way you treat others. In your relationships, practice being fully present with the people in your life. Listen attentively, show kindness, and try to see the deeper humanity in each person you interact with. While finding ways to bring spiritual meaning to your physical life is important, it's equally crucial to nurture your spiritual side directly. This might involve exploring different spiritual or philosophical teachings, meditating, praying, or spending time in nature. The specific practices will depend on your personal beliefs and what resonates with you. Reading spiritual texts or listening to teachings can provide inspiration and guidance. You might find wisdom in ancient religious texts, modern spiritual books, or philosophical writings. The key is to approach these teachings with an open mind and consider how they might apply to your life. Meditation is another powerful tool for spiritual growth. There are many different types of meditation, from mindfulness meditation to loving-kindness meditation to transcendental meditation. Experiment with different techniques to find what works best for you. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can help you feel more connected to your inner self and the world around you. Spending time in nature can also be a deeply spiritual experience, whether it's taking a walk in a park, hiking in the mountains, or simply sitting under a tree. Being in nature can help you feel connected to something larger than yourself. It can provide a sense of peace and perspective that's often hard to find in our busy urban lives. Community can also play an important role in spiritual growth. Connecting with others who share your spiritual interests can provide support, inspiration, and opportunities for learning and growth. This might involve joining a religious community, attending spiritual retreats, or participating in discussion groups. Even if you prefer a more solitary spiritual path, occasional connection with like-minded individuals can be enriching and supportive. As you explore and deepen your spiritual life, it's important to find ways to ground your spiritual insights in your everyday life. Spiritual teachings and experiences can be profound, but their real value comes when we apply them to our daily challenges and relationships. For example, if you've been learning about compassion, look for opportunities to practice compassion in your everyday interactions. This might mean being patient with a difficult co-worker, offering help to a neighbor, or being kinder to yourself when you make a mistake. If you've been exploring the concept of interconnectedness, you might reflect on how your actions affect others and the environment and make choices that reflect this awareness. Remember, the goal isn't to achieve perfect balance all at once. Finding harmony between the physical and spiritual aspects of life is an ongoing process. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to keep learning and adjusting. One common challenge in this process is dealing with skepticism from others. Not everyone will understand or support your efforts to balance your physical and spiritual life. Some people might view spiritual pursuits as impractical or strange. Others might see attempts to find deeper meaning in everyday life as unnecessary or overly complicated. If you encounter this kind of skepticism, remember that your path is your own. You don't need to justify your choices to others, but you also don't need to push your views on them. Stay true to what feels right for you, while respecting that others may have different perspectives. Another common obstacle is time constraints. In our busy lives, it can be hard to find time for spiritual practices or reflection. The key is to start small and be consistent. Even 5 minutes of meditation or mindful breathing each day can make a difference. Look for ways to integrate spiritual practices into your existing routine, like practicing gratitude during your morning coffee or bringing mindful attention to your commute. As you work on creating balance in your life, it's important to tailor these ideas to your own situation. What works for one person might not work for another. Pay attention to what resonates with you and what brings you a sense of balance and fulfillment. Be willing to experiment and adjust your approach as needed. Your needs and circumstances will change over time, and your approach to balancing the physical and spiritual aspects of your life may need to evolve as well. Stay open to new ideas and experiences, and be willing to reassess and adjust your practices as needed. Finding balance between the physical and spiritual worlds is about creating a life that honors both your practical needs and your deeper spiritual essence. It's about bringing mindfulness and meaning to your everyday activities while also nurturing your inner growth. By practicing mindfulness, bringing spiritual intention to your daily tasks, exploring spiritual teachings and practices, and grounding your insights in practical action, you can create a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, this journey is unique for each person. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Be patient with yourself as you explore and experiment. Celebrate small victories and learn from challenges. Trust that each step you take towards balance is valuable, even if progress sometimes feels slow. As you move forward, keep reflecting on what balance means to you. How do you want to show up in the physical world? What spiritual values do you want to embody in your daily life? By continually asking these questions and adjusting your path accordingly, you can create a life that feels authentic, meaningful, and balanced. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of balancing the physical and spiritual worlds. We hope this video has provided you with helpful insights and practical ideas to apply in your own life. Remember, the journey towards balance is ongoing, and every small step counts. Keep exploring, keep growing, and keep striving for that beautiful harmony between your inner and outer worlds.